Hey gang, it's Seth. I want to say hi first, and then I'll get in another video about what's been going on and how I've been. But I want to talk to Tree of Logic for a little bit. Tree of Logic, you've become an ego-driven hypocrite, and you've become basically what you've always hated, if not in principle, then definitely in the tactics that you've been using lately. You've become an SJW, a feminist, and a Black Lives Matter supporter. Again, if not in theory, then definitely in the practices that you've been using. This is going to lose me some followers, and I'm okay with that. It's going to close some doors for me, and I'm okay with that. Because I'm going to preempt this by saying, I hope I never get too big where I need to be like Tree of Logic. I hope, well, I want to value, I guess I don't want to value my viewers, my likes, my success, and my ego more than I value my principles, myself, and people that actually matter. I'd rather have 12 viewers who care and who interact and legitimately listen to what I say and even disagree with me or call me out when I need to be called out, than a bunch of faceless people represented by a number of viewers and a number of likes and a number of views, a number of subs, and be forced to cater to those numbers in contrast with my own principles. So this is about basically what's been happening in ABL's live stream. I've been a mod there since I think the second episode of ABL Live, and there have been no issues with anybody. Not until Tree of Logic has come into the room. There have been no issues since then, and when Tree of Logic has not been in the room, like yesterday. Generally, I'm a very calm, collected person. In this video, you'll see, I'm not going to get angry. I don't get angry in the chat. I don't get emotional, which is funny, and we'll talk about that later. But when I don't know, like this video is not about, I guess, being called names. Like, I don't care about that. I don't care what people think. The reason this video is important to me is because I never got a chance to respond because I had respect for ABL, his stream, and his expectations for his viewers, and didn't want to bring that into there, which again, the point will address that later. So, you know, a lot of times, her included, or I should say you included, sure, you'll say, oh, Seth, you got no backbone, you don't do anything, you don't say anything, blah blah blah. And it's not about not saying anything, it's about trying to have some respect for what someone else is doing and what someone else is trying to get. But you don't care about that. You care about yourself. I used to, well, I can't even say used to, I enjoy your content, but you just become such a disgusting individual that, you know, you asked me before to unsubscribe to you, and I will. I'm not going to be viewing any of your videos. And this is what's interesting. To you, that won't mean anything because your ego is more important than anything else. I know right now, whether it's now or whether it's a year from now, 5 years from now, if I have someone say, hey, I enjoyed your videos for about a year, but, you know, you've acted like this and it made me feel like this. At least for a moment, I would take a step back and assess the situation, but you won't even do that because in your mind, you know that you're right. That's one of your biggest flaws, arguably. So in light of all this, now you've been acting more like a liberal, triggered SJW, BLM feminist than ever. In every stream, you get worse. And well, Seth, how is Tree of Logic being a liberal SJW? You're a bully, you white knight, you play a victim, you expect special treatment for yourself, you manipulate authority and hide behind them, you make personal attacks, you get others involved in your drama, and more importantly, and I would argue most importantly, you then hide and avoid the issue when asked or confronted about it because you can't really justify your actions, and you don't really care about that. You care about getting more views, getting sympathy, getting closer to ABL. You take the coward's way out. So let's start. First, you're a bully. You come into another stream, manipulate ABL, and use your followers to bully and shame people. It was me, but it wasn't just me. And this is one of the most common tactics used by SJWs, as I'm sure you know. Bully and shame people into silence, get others who support you to help, and think it's a win. And those people don't care about what you're saying, they care about trying to support you because they've been invested with you in you for X amount of time. And it's hard for people to be like, wow, after all this time, I can't believe this person is like that. I have no qualms with that. Next, you display a very scary form of cognitive dissonance. You come into, again, a stream and accuse me of using ABL to promote my own channel while you ignore the fact that there's plenty of channel promotion going around. Again, me, ABL, other mods, we post links and talk about people's content when it's Swede Speaks, Nick Taylor, O'Shea. Yesterday, Art Atheist came into the chat. Never heard of him before. He got some shout outs. Angel Munoz all the time. Angel is amazing. We always post his stuff. But you think it's something different or alien or foreign when I do it. Why? Because you have no idea what you're talking about and you're a hypocrite. You lack any kind of thought about what you're doing. You think something and then you'll immediately grasp onto it and you won't let go of that. It's a sign of immaturity. Kids have a tendency to do that. And then you're not realizing that you're there doing the same thing, getting your channel, get it supported, getting it promoted, using ABL as a means to promote your channel. And it's like a liberal crying about free speech while trying to ban free speech. You're a hypocrite. You make no sense. The other flip side of this is you may be trying to hook up with ABL. I don't know how much of that is legitimate or just you playing up the drama on the interwebs. I don't really care. The point is either way, you're doing it at the expense of me at this point, and I kind of don't appreciate that. It's disgusting. So going on, then you'll white knight. You rush to ABL's aid and shield him from horrible Aseth who is taking advantage of him, and you do it on his behalf, even though he's never once complained about it, said anything about it, or had issues with it, or had qualms with it, done anything to limit it. Never once. Every week after being on there, he's done it. But all of a sudden you come in and you make it an issue. And that's kind of like when, white liberals rush to white knight for Black Lives Matter, or some simp beta cuck goes and, oh, I gotta protect these feminists. That's basically you right now. Then you go and you play the victim. You go in there talking crap about me and anyone you don't agree with. You get banned or put on timeout. You weren't even banned. That's the funny thing. For the same thing anyone else who came in would get put on timeout or probably banned for, and then you cry about it. It's like that Antifa girl, Moldy Locks. That's what you are right now. You go to this Antifa rally on the side of Antifa. You instigate. Your people throw smoke bombs and things at people. You have a bottle. You're talking, trying to start fights. You're attacking people with bottles, throwing bottles. Then you get punched in the face and like, oh my God, I can't figure out what happened. Your mouth is what happened. Let me snooze this alarm. Then you expect special treatment under the rules. You come in violating damn near every rule that we as mods have enforced as mods since we've been mods. And then like Black Lives Matter rioters, you don't understand why when you're doing all this these obnoxious things that protesting, but then get called rioters, you can't figure it out. Why? Because again, you can't even sit there and look at your actions for what they are, because you want to claim to be a victim. After that, much like every liberal who gets hit, beat up, arrested, called out, or has the tables reversed, you call in live and use ABL's platform like a drama queen. You talk about me being emotional, and then because you got your wrist slapped, poor Tree, I have to call in and be a drama queen about it. It's so hilarious that you had the audacity to sit there and talk about, oh, Aseth won't defend himself. Aseth is a beta male. Aseth is an emotional drama queen, and then you do that. You act as if you came into the live stream one day and me and the mods are like, oh, it's Tree of Logic. Time to ban her and put her on timeout. You're a self-victimizer, something that you hate in other people. And then typical to that vein of SJW, liberal, Black Lives Matter, feminist mindset and practices, you pretend to take the high ground and, again, play an ignorant victim. You won't... well, here, let me say. You'll make personal. Oh, no, I'll get there in a minute. So, you're talking about me in the chat room still, even though ABL, oh, be nice, but that only applies to me, not to Tree of Hypocrisy. You're talking about me and how I don't have a backbone. I invited you to talk about this in some way, whether it was a video, a phone call, offline. I don't really care. It's not something that needs to be public. And what do? You take the cowardly SJW way out and just say no. Why? Because you can't really defend your position. You can say things, you can prompt emotional responses out of people, and that's really about it. Then when it comes time to being able to defend those, you can't, because you'd rather, well, because you can't, because basically you're wrong, but you would rather not even enter that arena because you'd be exposed for the hypocrite that you are. So again, you make personal shame attacks with groups. You act like an immature child. You'll hide behind authority when you're called out. You won't engage in open discourse. You'll bully and shame, entice others to join in. You'll do the same things that you attack and accuse anyone else to do. That's what you've become, Tree. I don't know what's going on in your life. I hope something with this changes. I know it won't, because you'd rather immerse yourself in your own echo chamber, because that's the kind of person that you become. Maybe I'll be wrong. But yeah, you lost your ways, and you began using, again, the same tactics as liberals and Democrats, Black Lives Matter, SJWs, feminists. You're willing to attempt to target and bully me, or anyone else probably, and make me look bad to promote yourself and get yourself in good graces with ABL. I believe at this point you're doing it because you enjoy it, because you are that drama queen that you say you hate. You mentioned before specifically about certain aspects of the black culture that you hate, and that's one of them, and you've become it. You mock me for being emotional in a chat room because I'm refraining from making personal attacks, because I'm adhering to the rules of the chat and trying not to be a drama queen like you, and you talk about that being emotional when I do, which is, again, it's funny in a sad, kind of pathetic way. You lost your way, or you've hit how you've been this entire time. Maybe it just hasn't come out. Maybe you just need a little catalyst. I don't know. But either way, you become a disgusting hypocrite and resort to the tactics that you hate and condemn. I would love to hear back from you. Probably won't. I know I'm going to lose a lot. Well, not a lot. I only have 180 something subscribers, but I'm going to lose several of them and lose future subscribers who see this, and I'm okay with that. I don't know what else to say, really. I hope that this reaches you well. To any of my viewers out there who aren't savvy with this, I guess I should have said this first, and I'll kind of put a message about this. I'm not asking anyone to pick sides, because to be honest, just like ABL, most people will pick the side of Tree of Logic because the numbers are there. Either way, I don't want that. It's not necessary. You can't listen to her but not listen to me, or vice versa. That's kind of ridiculous. But I understand if you do. Bail at this. I welcome comments. I'm going to link the video that I did prior about Tree of Logic in the first incident that we had. Tree of Logic, you told me once I need to know my place. I know my place. Maybe you need to figure your place out. Go easy, gang.